Hey guys, Todd here again with HobbyLink Japan, and it is time for another review. Although I am not looking at a specific Gunpla kit today, it is something kind of related to that, so gonna cause a bit of a scene today. Now before we get into talking about these pieces here, just want to remind all of our viewers out there, please be sure to hit that subscribe button below. I know you probably hate to hear it on every single YouTube video, but it really does help all the different channels out there. Alright, so today, not a specific Gunpla kit itself. You can see I still have the Beyond Global RX-78 around, so I brought that guy out just to be able to show off these items here. What we are looking at today is going to be the things that they are standing on. So we kind of previewed these on the Gunpla TV episodes previously. So Bandai has recently come out with some kind of new display stands. They are calling them Customize Scene Bases. So we've got Customize Scene Base 1, 2, and 3 here today. And I believe we do have 4. I think 4 might have been the underwater one that just went up for pre-order like a week or 2 weeks ago. So there's another one on the way as well. So the one that was really most excited to see is actually going to be this first one here that the Gundam is standing on, and that is going to be the Customize Scene Base 1. I really like the fact that this action base, or the Scene Base 1, has that backdrop to it there. It really gives it that added special wow factor. I don't know what to say. All right, so the other two that we are going to be looking at today are going to be the Customize Scene Base 2 and 3, and those are the desert version and the snowfield version. This is the same, going to be exactly the same between the snowfield and the desert one. So this is a bit, I found this actually to be a bit kind of wonky in that these snow pieces, and you saw it just flew off there on me because it's on that rotating stand and it tends to vibrate a little bit. But there's the bottom of this thing is completely flat. You have a hole in the back of this piece, and actually with this hole you would be, although it does not come included with the desert or the snow version, if you were to buy, and we'll look at those pieces in a bit, but if you were to buy the Customized Scene Base 1, this one actually comes with a couple of arms that will allow you to hold up smaller items. So you are able to connect one of those arms into the back piece of this, and on this base itself, now I have these covered because it comes with little covers for the holes, and they're thankfully all of these pieces here, you can see them there on the camera, they are all actually completely different shapes, so there's no way to get them confused in which direction they're supposed to go in. These pieces specifically go into each shape, and let's turn around the back side here. If you wanted to pop one of these out, you can just simply push on it with your finger there, and it's going to be able to pop up enough that you should be able to then just be able to pull it out if you would like. So on each of these, the desert and snow one, there is going to be a total of 4 different, oops, I just lost another piece from that desert version. 4 different holes that you can utilize if you would like to have something, if you'd like to have maybe a unit on this and it's not stable enough to stand, then you can use an arm from one of the display bases to connect into this and be able to hold that kit up if you would so desire. So yeah, so it comes with these kind of half cloud type things, with the other side is completely empty except for that little hole, and then it also comes with these more regular type of rock type of units, and these also have a hole on the underside, so you would be able to plug those in if you would like. So you can maybe have like a floating cloud above the scene base if you wanted to plug an arm into it. So you can get creative with how you would like to display units and items on these display bases. One thing that really I found is kind of wonky about this, just because of these clouds really have this kind of flat underside, and there's no way to really connect them. I mean, everything just slides off really quite simply. But I mean, this is a display base, so you're probably not going to be flexing this thing around or moving it around a whole lot, unless maybe you live here in Japan or anywhere else that has a whole lot of earthquakes. And there's another piece that just flew off the desert one. But one other thing that I haven't mentioned about these kits is that these new customized scene bases, these are going to use the same kind of hexagon shaped connector, which is, I believe, the same size as we have for the, actually I've got one over there, let me grab it. So the Bandai, a few years ago, they released the Action Base, I believe it's 4 and 5 was the numbers for them, and those also had this hexagon shape. So this is going to be the black one, and you can see from this customized scene base 1 here, this is actually molded in a light dark color. So you've got the black from the original Action Base release, and then you've got now this light gray for the customized scene base. So the pegs that come with the customized scene base, they're really not that very fancy, but since this is the same base as the Action Base, if you were to buy an Action Base separately, then you can use the better display arm that comes with these. They'll be able to plug into that same hole, so be able to maybe stabilize your kits a bit better with one of the arms from the Action Base kit compared to what comes with this customized scene base. Just like the Action Bases that you can, I believe it was a 4 or 5, one of them actually comes with 3 of these little hexagon shapes, and you were able to connect them together, and that's more for like the larger size master grades. But the scene bases, you only get 1 base per pack, so if you want to get multiples and connect them together, then you're going to have to buy a number of these packs separately. So they actually show that here. So these come packaged in just regular old plastic, clear plastic bags, not boxes. And so they come with a paper sheet inside of the bag. There is your instruction manual, and this is where you're going to have your display, just kind of showing what you can do with these action bases. So we've got like a standard type of action pose in the desert, which is basically the same thing that I have set up here with the 30-minute mission kit. And then it shows that you would be able to connect together 3 of them if you wanted to have a larger display base, and you can pull off some kind of cool looking action poses if you'd like to do it that way. And here we just got like a standard view of the base itself. And then over here it shows that you could work this in conjunction with the customized scene base 1 if you want. If you had a customized scene base 1, then you can use this long pole that comes included with the customized scene base 1, and you can put your desert base on the top. So maybe it looks like he's inside of a underground desert base. That's kind of a cool looking feature. And then over here, for some reason, they just have like a spare bottom part for a customized scene base. Not really sure why. All right, so then basically it's going to be the exact same here for the snow effect. And now let's talk about the customized scene base 1, which is the one that I was most excited to get. So this is going to be probably easier to show off all of the different pieces that come with this kit, so you can just see them here listed on this manual. So it gives you 1 claw type of arm. So this is going to be really useful if you're not using this with Gunpla kits, if maybe you wanted to use it with a different type of figure kit and it doesn't have a peg underneath the crotch seat, but you need something to be able to grip onto the item, then you have this swing arm connector that you can use. So it shows off. Also, you've got different style of connectors that you can use. So you've got a number of different connectors for the top as well as the bottom. So that is quite good to see. It's always nice to have options, and options this thing definitely has. Okay, so now I've got multiples of the scene base 1 built and stacked together here, just exactly how it showed it off in the manual. So do not use that support brace to hold this up, and it is able to stand here, it is able to hold on. There we go. So this is kind of really the thing that I was kind of most excited to see about these customized scene bases there. As I mentioned on the Gunpla TV episode also, that you can kind of really stack these things together. And just like Iron Man, the Iron Man series, where he's got like that hall of armor, where he's got the collection of all of his different Iron Man suits, then you can really do like a hall of armor type of thing with these scene bases. You connect them all together and you'd be able to display all of your Gundam on there. Then that would look quite awesome, all your RX-78s. So let's put Mr. Origin. We got Origin going up there. Now I was speaking about the Iron Man and his Hall of Armor. So I grabbed one of my SH Figure Arts Iron Man figures here, and I was kind of curious because Bandai exclusive, on their online exclusive store, they've got this really cool looking light up Hall of Armor style display that you can buy for the SH Figure Arts Iron Man items, but maybe you don't have enough money to be able to buy those things. They are a bit expensive for what they are, at least in my opinion. Maybe you don't have that much money, you want more of a cheaper option. How would these work with an SH Figure Arts Iron Man unit? And it's okay. The only problem I really have with him is you can kind of see his head is just a notch taller than the back of this display. So he's just a little bit too tall, unfortunately, to really work well with this customized scene base one. Sadly, I do have to say, but that was a good idea, and I was really kind of hoping that that would be okay with this guy. Yeah, it's just, the head is just a tiny, maybe I can show this thing off. Now, also on this one, I used here, oh, that's where I had the other arm. I was kind of wondering where that went. So you can actually connect the two together. It gives you a connector piece. So you've got that longer one here at the bottom, and then there's a connector piece in the middle, and then the shorter one on the top, and I have the little arm piece there. And I was using that to hold this guy up because he's a bit heavy. His joints are a bit wonky, so I wasn't really wanting to stand all too well on this thing, but using this connector arm on there, I was able to get him to stand on it at least. Unfortunately, just a tiny bit too big to be able to work with these scene bases. Sorry to all of you other Iron Man SH figure art fans out there, but maybe those Ultraman kits that kind of look similar to Iron Man, they would work well with this. Now on the back here, you see these two plastic pieces kind of plug into the back here, and that's where you're going to be able to slot in this arm to. So the arm itself is just, actually they're identical two halves here, and then you just sandwich them together using this connecting piece in the middle, and then using that in the hole, and you just plug it right in, and that's exactly how you are going to connect this also onto the other one on top. So really cool. I like this display. So this might be how I actually keep them at home. So definitely really I was excited to see these display bases. I think they are really cool. So this is my favorite of the lot. Desert Snow, it's kind of interesting if you're into those type of action things, but for the scene base, especially if you're a fan of the 1/144 scale kits that are a bit on the smaller side, and this is actually a really nice display, I have to say. If you were to maybe get a couple of LED lights maybe going up at the front and have them shining up onto the kits too, that would look quite spectacular, I do believe. All right, so definitely recommend, but if you're going to buy this, definitely don't get just one. You really need to get a few to be able to set up a really cool kind of display, I do have to say. All right, that's going to be the end of this video then. Thank you very much for watching, and we should be back soon with more reviews and other previews coming up on this channel. All right, thanks again, and have a great day.